Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In today's video, I will be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Numeraire, as well as Orchid, aka OXT. We are less than 2 minutes left to go on the daily charts here, getting pretty close to the 1 minute countdown, and then we're going to go ahead and see how things play out on the new daily candle position. Just so you guys know, historically what we've been seeing lately is on the new daily candle position, it starts a run up in price, going up for a bit, and then it kind of calms down after a couple minutes or so, and then starts to pull back down, goes further down, it starts to drop for a bit until it hits this kind of bottom position, and then it starts to actually rally up again and closing out on a green day, or ends up just kind of ending up further down in the red zone. So we've been seeing a lot of red lately. We're actually 1 day candle closure below the 21 EMA, suggesting the start of a trend of a bear market. A second day candle closure looks like it is more than likely going to happen. We are pretty close. We're less than 1 minute left now until the new daily candle position opens up, and we'll see how the movement takes place with all of this as well. All these orders that you're going to see here are at least $100,000 or more. If you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100, I almost said 100,000, to at least 100 likes, and click the bell icon. It's so important you click the bell icon so you actually know whenever we have a new video. And then just real quick on the side, I got some referral links in the description. If you guys want to use them, cool. If you don't want to, it's okay. They're for things like Webull, Coinbase, BlockFi, that kind of thing. Okay, so we're in the new daily candle position at $46,313. Let me go ahead and refresh the page here. You guys are already seeing the price is starting to rise, and it's starting to reflect what we've been seeing. I know I said it, but it's what we've been seeing lately. Trends can start to change. Been seeing a little bit of bear market, but now we're going to the weekend. And the important thing with this weekend is that the tech stocks aren't going to be doing anything because guess what? The stock market's closed. So crypto can make its first moves, its first mover's advantage on capitalizing on this momentum and potentially funneling more of that sentiment into the stock market when it opens up back on Monday, because we did see some drops going on in the stock market. We're right around that point of the 50 RSI or so. I believe it was with the NASDAQ, if I remember correctly, in which case it looks like there's a strong chance of a bounce and a rally to start further continuation on, as it's historically shown that several times. So I think we are in a pretty prime position as of now. We could end up seeing it drop further down as we were taking a look at the charts here. So it is a daily candle closure in the red. But what is going to be happening right now, right? That's the big question, I think, on everyone's minds. And we're also getting close to the end of the month. So a lot of these futures contracts are more than likely going to be expiring soon. And we'll have to see what's going to happen with that CME gap position, right? Okay, so it's actually a little bit more docile right now than what I was expecting. So we'll keep an eye on this and come right back to it. I'll have it up here on the side. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and discuss some of the things going on in the news, right? Okay, so Grayscale, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. Since yesterday, Grayscale has traded at a minus 0.68% discount to the real price of Bitcoin, according to Grayscale's site and YCharts, a financial metrics site. So check this out. The Grayscale's GBTC premium is now negative for the first time since 2015. Sustained GBTC discounts could cause real pain across crypto lending markets, right? So just take a look at this chart here real quick. It's pretty interesting, as you guys can see, having dropped down to negative positions on this. So it has gone up quite considerably back in like the late, like mid range of 2017, and then a bit of a drop down there. So yeah, it's been years since we've seen something like this take place. However, Darius Sitt, CIO of QCP Capital, said there's nothing to worry about. Most ETFs trade at discount to NAV. He said it's not a big deal. Sitt said that plenty of large trading desks wanted to make the most of GBTC's high premiums. That's often to get around tax issues. Trading GBTC allows them to hold greater positions in Bitcoin, he said. The catch is that Grayscale will issue these shares in GBTC in about 6 months. So in 6 months, the lending desk could get that GBTC, which they expect to trade at a premium, and use the money to buy back the Bitcoin for a profit. So when the premium drops, that's just trading desks cashing out their premiums, he said. GBTC trading at a discount to the price of Bitcoin doesn't necessarily indicate bearish outflows, he said. So what do you guys think? And I don't personally think that this is really that big of a deal right now. Obviously, a drop still hurts because we're suffering in this, unless you're shorting it. And if you're shorting it, well, then you're a punk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a big supporter on the whole shorting mechanics on things personally. Quick FYI, I'm not a financial advisor, so guys, please do me a favor. Don't ask me directly what you should or should not invest in. I'm just giving my own opinion on things, okay? But I cannot directly tell you guys what you should or should not invest in. And the golden rule of investing, never invest more than what you're willing to lose. Next up in the news, Bitcoin looking indecisive, right? So Bitcoin mostly traded sideways on Friday after a steep drove overnight to as low as $44,181, timed with a steep sell-off in bonds and technology stocks. That's the key thing that we're going to be focusing on here, because there's been a lot of stuff going on with the bonds, and technology stocks have been affected adversely, and now we're seeing a little bit of a correlation. Again, it's a non-correlated asset, what Bitcoin is and what it represents. However, there are some correlated moments that take place with the stock industry spaces, especially those in the tech industry. The largest cryptocurrency. Okay, good. That's paused. Wait, is it paused? No, it's not. The largest cryptocurrency slumped as much as 20% this week, the most since March, and was holding at about $46,925 as of 10:25 a.m. in Hong Kong. The wider Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index, tracking Bitcoin, Ether, and 3 other cryptocurrencies, is down 22% this week. The rough patch for Bitcoin comes amid wider chaos in global markets, as the surge in bond yields heralds growing expectations that growth and inflation are moving higher and forcing traders to reevaluate their positions across multiple asset classes. The tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 dropped in 7 of the past 8 sessions as stocks like Tesla Inc. and Peloton Interactive Inc. declined, right? Moving on further, now we're going to be talking about, primarily this is in relationship to Numeraire, right? Actually, no, we're going to hold off on that in just 1 second. Let me go ahead and go talk a little bit what's going over on Twitter. By the way, I am on Twitter if you guys want to check me out. My name is on the bottom left-hand side there, at Atlas Official TV. Feel free to let me know you guys came from my YouTube channel. I talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. I talk about some stock stuff now. I might talk about some anime things. I'm a big anime fan. In fact, I'm a manga creator myself of a series called Revival. And if you guys want to check me out, I'm right down there. But anyways, so there's not actually a lot of discussions that are really going on that seem that pertinent for news and stuff today, but I thought this was pretty cool. Cameron Winklevoss said, if you're reading this, you are early to Bitcoin. Take a look at this, right? This is the point in which we are looking at the transitional movement of Amazon stock. So we're basically represented right here. So you can say by comparison that, you know, you missed the $10 a decade before it, you know. So if we would have gotten in on Bitcoin 10 years ago, we would be super rich, right? Great. However, by comparison, when you look at something like this, Amazon was trading at $133 and it went up to $3,500. A 26 times gain. Don't fixate on the past, focus on the future potential. And I think that's very wise, and I agree with that. So absolutely amazing. Oh, that was something else. I was looking over at the picture they did flyby of, what was that, Venus? Anyways, okay. So now that we're done with that, now we're going to talk about what's going on with Numeraire. But a lot of these other ones are being affected with this too. I just think that this is a key highlight to focus on primarily with Numeraire because we did see a price increase, and it could potentially be tied with this. I will also say that based on this list, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was kind of hoping to see Orchid on this list, but they don't have them. Hopefully in the future they do decide to add them, but they're not on there currently. So these are new potential products reflect for companies' continued commitment to improving investment communities' access to digital currency asset class. This is in regards to Grayscale, okay? So on today, from New York, GBTC, the world's largest digital currency asset manager, is announcing its consideration of several new digital assets for potential new product offerings. The firm, which currently offers accredited investors 8 single asset investment trusts and 1 diversified fund, continues to seek ways to better meet growing investor demand to exposure to digital assets through familiar, secure, and regulated investment products. The digital assets currently under consideration include Aave, I believe that's how you say that, Basic Attention Token, Cardano, Chainlink, Compound, Cosmos, Decentraland, EOS, Filecoin, Flow, Dapper Labs, I haven't heard of that one, LivePeer, MakerDAO, Monero, Numeraire, Polkadot, Reserve Rights, Stacks, SushiSwap, Synthetics, Tezos, The Graph, Uniswap, and Yearn Finance, right? So there's a lot of different potential things that could be coming to the table for GBTC. And as they come in, potentially more demand, so these other cryptos could end up doing quite well. The ones that I'm most personally excited about, I would say, would be Basic Attention Token here, Chainlink, Decentraland. Still upset that I wasn't able to acquire Filecoin in its early days, but it's whatever with that. And also, what else am I excited about? That's interesting. They're going to be doing stuff with Monero, because Monero's got that whole privacy kind of thing going on, and Orchid is actually not scrutinized because they're doing the VPN space, which is still about privacy, but it's not handled like as if you're doing all your transactions privately. And a lot of exchanges were actually starting to delist Monero, so that's pretty interesting with that. And then Polkadot, I'm excited about that one there. Sushi Swap, and the Graph. I'm more excited for Uniswap than I am for Sushi Swap, but that's just because I don't own any Sushi Swap. Yearn Finance, I'm just like blah on that, but some people really like it. Okay, everyone's got their own favorites on these things, right? All right, now we go ahead and go take a look at what's going on over in the charts, and that's what I'm sure you guys are pretty interested in. So we're seeing a bit of a push, a rally going on right now, up to $46,800, with the initial starting price at $46,333. In the short amount of time that we've been recording, which is now about 11.5 minutes, we've seen it go up. And well, over the course of 9 minutes, we've seen it go up $500, right? $500 in 9 minutes. That's pretty darn good. Say, that's pretty good. Okay. And just a quick reminder again, guys, if you're watching, you enjoy my content, please don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. Let's try and get this to at least 100 likes, and click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. So we have on the Fibonacci sequence right now some resistance that's going to be at $47,000, or right around $46,935, which is what we just basically hit right here. You can even see it actually bounced off of that there for a second, right? Let me zoom in just a little bit more. Yeah, so we're pretty close to that. That's the first major level that we need to get above. When we try to rally all the way back up, the thing is we've got a lot of different points now that really indicate levels of resistance that we need to be able to not only break above, but secure before we have a further continuation on. So we just saw in the Fibonacci sequence right here, it literally bounced off of. So I'm not making this stuff up, all right? There's plenty of people that do technical analysis out there. They got lots of different charts and things like that. I've looked at a lot of different things, and I look at what's the most reliable in my circumstances, and you guys are seeing it happen right now. So I hope you guys enjoy my technical analysis, but more importantly, I hope it actually helps you in making good decisions, right? And I try to be very transparent and very unbiased. Even though I prefer certain coins and I want them to do well, I don't want to drive a specific narrative in the wrong direction and create all this fake hype, right? I just want to be totally clear. If it doesn't look like it's going good, then it doesn't look like it's going good. So as we have it right here, we do see that bounce off of this on the Fibonacci sequence, right? If we can manage to get above that level, ideally $47,000, then the next major level of resistance we're going to be facing is ideally it's going to be right here at $49,000. Above that, we're then going to see, of course, $50,000 from a psychological standpoint. There's a little bit of resistance occurring here also at $52,553. Let me go ahead and drop this bad boy across here like that, and swap this over here to a dotted line. Yeah, just like, no, let's go with that one. Yep. Just like that. Let's get above 52,667 or 52,631. And then we can break above $57,600, and then finally break above the all-time high at $58,538. And if you guys take a look here, I've talked about this in the past. You got this little purple line that's going up, right? This is based on previous trends back in the mid-December range of what it was on track to do to hit $100,000. But now that we've dropped down, obviously that's going to make it harder, especially when you look at this, it looks like they're kind of diverging from one another. So to converge together, that's going to make it even harder. Good news is that on the RSI, we are in the median zone right now. So we're neutral. We're good to go if we want to go one way or the other. I mean, hopefully not down, but it's not considered to be overbought. It's not considered to be oversold. And ideally, I'm sure everyone would hope that it goes up. Again, unless you're shorting, and again, you're a punk if you decide that you want it to go down. I'm having fun with you guys on this, right? And I hope everyone's doing okay with your investments and stuff, guys, and your life's all right. And I'm hoping that this really does pay off well for everybody. If we decide that we want to drop down further, keep in mind that we are below the 21 EMA. So just from a basic fundamental standpoint, we're still technically in a bearish pattern now. Ideally, you want to have 3 days to signify that we're in a bear market, because 2 days doesn't signify too much of a trend, or 2 instances don't necessarily form that strong of a trend. And, we're seeing a little bit of pullback going on right now. It's trying to fight its way back up once again. So we are in a bear market, but it's not a strong indicator. So depending on what ends up going on with the closing date today on this candle, I think is going to signify a little bit more of what we could potentially expect to happen more in the future. So we could see this rally up. It's not a guarantee that we're going to see another red closure day, right? Especially when we had this big dip down here to 44,151 and then it rallied back up there. But if it decides it wants to go further down, then we got $40,728 as a very significant level of support. And then below that, we could potentially see it going sub 40,000, obviously psychological right there. Sub 40,000 would then pull it down to $38,527 or so. But we got to keep an eye on this, see how it's going to handle, see if it can get above that level on that Fibonacci first off. Okay, now moving on to the next thing. Moving over to the Ethereum side. So with Ethereum, we had a couple more red days. Previously, as of yesterday, it actually dropped below this level of support here, and you guys can see at one point it went down to $1,400 before retracing back up. So this did show a little bit of support, but right around the $1,400 range is where we were ideally seeing a key level of support from before. I think I'm about to sneeze. Maybe not. I don't know. My nose is acting weird right now. Anyways, I sound like I'm about to cry. Is it gone? I think it's gone. 1400 is now a high level of support. We're at 1458, trying to push its way back up to 1500. Obviously, 1500 is a psychological standpoint. If it can manage to go up, let's go ahead and focus on that for now. 1500, past that break, we've got to go all the way up here to the 21 EMA, which is going to be at $1,656. If we can break above that, then the next major level is going to be at 1,700, then 1,750, and then all the way up to 2,000, past the 2,000, 1975, then 2,000, and then we've got about 2,040 is the all-time high. So these are your different increment levels that I would really be looking at on the way up, right? Now, if it decides it wants to go down, we have support first off at $1,427. Then down below that, we do have the 1,410. We got the 1,400, then 1,380, and then a significant drop would be down to under 1,300. We would be seeing that at $1,283. Now, if we go take a look at what's going on with Numeraire, before I forget, because I almost just did, and then we'll take a look at Orchid. So Numeraire is currently at $39.41. Yesterday, very nice bullish green candle. It actually closed above the 21 EMA. Overall, it did have a significant drop, pulling all the way down to $32, but it did recover, right? And in fact, at one point, it went all the way up to $41.67. Closing out in the green above the 21 EMA is very good. This signifies that this 1, 2, 3 days of trend, suggesting more than likely a bearish market, is potentially getting invalidated now. So once again, though, keep in mind that because we have 3 instances, that signifies a stronger trend is being formed. So this green candle, although it closed above the 21 EMA, is probably going to end up being a fake out. And we're already seeing on the new daily candle position that the red is starting to drop here. And it's trying to test that 21 EMA. And it's still continuing to start to see some pullback. I have a feeling that this is going to end up dropping more, and it's going to go below the 21 EMA, and we're going to close out on a red daily candle for Numeraire. I'm not 100% on that, right? If it can bounce off of this 21 EMA again, I don't know how many instances it's going to test it during the course of the day, but if it goes in and tests it 3 times, I would say for this altcoin, it's pretty much a done deal that it's going to go down further, right? So be careful with this, guys. If you're trying to buy in at this point, I think it's more likely that it's going to go down. The only strong indicators off of this is the fact that it's above the 21 EMA at the moment, and the RSI is balanced out. The technical radar you can't see behind my webcam is suggesting a buy signal. So there's a couple things that are working in your favor, but the level of volume here is also quite substantially low. And as far as for the comparison of yesterday, the last time that we saw something similar to this was back on February 16th. That was followed up with 4 days of red candles and then 1 very low volume of green. That one day of green also didn't see much movement, and then it finally started to push harder, but then it dumped the next day. So big pump and dump, right? I would be very cautious with this. And lastly, let's go. Oh, wait, I did not talk about the levels if it goes up. Okay, so in the price point. So going down, we got $38.76 is the level of support. A further drop down below that, it looks like we are going to be potentially seeing some next level support, ideally right around, looks like right about here at $32.13, right? So $32.13. Pull this all the way across like that. We can see a little bit of relationship over here. That could be potentially a level where it bounces off of, and we're seeing that in a couple of different instances. And then if it drops further down below that, then we'd be looking at low-end level positions right here, ranging around like $28 all the way down to $25. And that'd be really rough in this kind of a circumstance for sure. But if it decides that it wants to go up, right, then we could be looking at it going to... Let's see here. What do we got going on for relationships? Nothing too substantiated. There's a little bit of a reference point right here, which that's going to be at the $46 range, breaking above $46. Going to be trying to break above the $55 range, right? Those are your major key points in regards with Numeraire. Let me go ahead and save that real quick. And then lastly, we're going to finish up with Orchid. If you guys are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up black button. Oh yeah. So yesterday was a red day. We're sub 50 cents. This is 4 days of candle closure below the 21 EMA, which is not good. And the green candle position right now in the 46 cent range, showing signs of a little bit of life, but still we're suggested more in a bearish market here, which is not good. So we got support at 43 cents or 0.388. A further drop down below that would go down all the way to 35 cents, sub 40, right? Not good. 35 cents at 0.3559 is showing the strongest level of potential support in the long term right now. Now, if you take a look at us swinging back up, we do have a lot of different levels here. 48 cents, breaking above that on the Fibonacci sequence. On the 21 EMA, we got 51 cents or 0.5187. Going further up above that even, then we would hit 58 cents. And then we'd start to get back on track a little bit more here in the next major level on the Fibonacci sequence, at least, is going to be 68 cents. Just breaking above that 21 EMA right now is going to be the biggest daily goal that we can have. The RSI is actually just sub-median zone, suggesting that we're even going towards the range of being oversold, although it's still got quite a bit of a gap to go down for that. The technical radar is suggesting a neutral position. So, be cautious with this as well, guys. I love the project. I think it's going to do well. I think this is an amazing buying opportunity zone, regardless, just given how many different points in time that we've seen of it being higher in reference to this, right? So I think it's still got plenty of room to be able to pop up for even long-term positions of returns if you guys need to. But that's just my 2 cents. If you guys are new to the channel, once again, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. You guys are awesome. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about everything today and what's going on with Bitcoin. A little bit of a pullback there. Might be kind of a quiet weekend going on. We'll see. And I will see you guys in the next episode.